Are you ready for a new adventure? Time to travel back in time, let's go! Are you ready for a new adventure? Let's learn about the past with Anna and Leo.
Hi friends! Welcome to Unlock This, a podcast from Honest History, where we join our friends Anna, Leo, and Percy on adventures through time and uncover some really cool stories along the way. My name is William. I'm 6 years old, and I love learning about history, especially new stories that I don't hear about in school. I can't wait for today's story, and I think you're gonna love it too. So let's dive in.
Anna, I just learned about something really interesting.
What is it?
Have you ever heard of turtle ships?
No. What are those?
Oh boy, I have an amazing story to tell you. Maybe it can be our next adventure.
Oh, hello, Percy. We were just trying to figure out where to go today. Leo has an idea.
Percy, I think we want to learn more about turtle ships. Is there anything in the vault about a man named Admiral Yi Sun-Chin?
Who's Admiral Yi Sun-Chin?
If we want to learn more about turtle ships, we need to learn about Admiral Yi. He is the most famous naval commander in Korea's history.
Percy's a little concerned about this adventure. He says it may involve some sea battles. Hold on. I remember our first trip when we met the pirate John Ward. This isn't going to be like that, is it?
Don't worry. I mean, there might be some cannons and explosions, but it'll be worth it, I promise.
I'm sorry, what?
Besides, Percy will keep us safe, won't you, Percy? Come on, let's go to the vault.
Wait, Leo! Percy! I'm not sure if I'm okay with cannons and explosions. Hello? You guys!
I think Percy wants us to go this way.
Maybe we should just think about this for a second. I mean, are these turtle ships really that cool? You haven't even explained what they are.
Just imagine this. A ship covered in spikes with a wooden, fire-breathing dragon.
Oh. Okay, well that does sound pretty cool.
I think Percy wants us to open this drawer. There's some journals in here with writing on it. Are these written in Korean?
There's 7 of them. Those journals look really old.
Admiral Yi lived during the 16th century, so maybe they are from that time.
That would make them over 400 years old.
Anna, don't you want to find out what these journals mean? You must be a little curious.
Well, okay, fine. Let's do it. Let's go learn about some turtle ships.
You won't regret it. And you changed your mind just in time because I think we're about to travel. We're here!
And we're not on a ship. Thank goodness.
But we must be near some kind of port or harbor. Look, there's a lot of boats in the distance.
Do you think those are Admiral Yi's ships?
They could be, or they might be Japanese ships.
Why do you say that?
Japan and Korea were battling each other throughout Admiral Yi's career. The two countries fought each other for nearly 7 years during the Imjin War.
Why were Japan and Korea fighting?
At the time, Japan was ruled by a man named Toyotomi Hideyoshi. Toyotomi wanted to conquer China and make himself the ruler of East Asia. But in order to get to China, he had to conquer Korea. In 1592, thousands of Japanese soldiers landed in Korea and began their attack. The Japanese quickly conquered Korea's major cities and the Imjin War began.
Hey, Leo, I think I see some men over there, near that ship. Or at least I think that's a ship. Do you want to get a closer look? I can see it better now. It is a ship. But I've never seen anything like it. Why does it have that wooden roof?
Anna, that's not just any ship. That's a turtle ship.
How do you know?
You see that wooden roof? It's curved like a turtle's back. That's where the name comes from.
Wait, are those spikes on the roof?
Yep, the top of the turtle ship was covered with iron spikes. This meant that if an enemy soldier tried to step aboard the ship, they would get a spike straight through the foot.
Ouch! I guess you couldn't really hop onto turtle ships. But Leo, there's also something at the front of the ship. Do you see it? It's like a dragon's head.
It is! Admiral Yi had the ships fitted with a wooden dragon's head. A cannon would be fired through that dragon's mouth, or sometimes the sailors would fire smoke through his mouth.
So it would look like a fire-breathing dragon.
Exactly. These ships were terrifying in battle. They also had a flat bottom, which made it easy for them to change direction and ram into their enemies. Hey, Anna, I'm just thinking, since we found a turtle ship in this port, that maybe means the rest of the ships here are Korean too. And those men over there, they must be in the Korean Navy.
And those men are walking this way. Quick, let's hide behind this barrel.
Wait a second. I think one of those men is Admiral Yi. It is him. I was hoping we might catch a glimpse of him while we're here.
I think I heard him tell the men to look out. It sounds like there might be an attack soon.
We must have traveled to a time right before battle, but I wonder which one.
Well, you know my feelings on sea battles. I'd prefer it if we would stay far away from cannons and explosions. And Percy agrees.
Lucky for you, I know Admiral Yi never lost a battle against the Japanese. Let's go follow him. I think we'll be safer if we stay close to the Admiral.
It looks like he's getting onto one of those ships.
Come on, let's board too.
Leo, can you tell me a bit more about Admiral Yi? Why is he so famous?
The Admiral is considered one of the greatest naval commanders in Korea's history. He fought the Japanese 23 times and won every battle. But he is also admired for his life off the battlefield.
How come? Can you tell me more about his life?
Of course. Lord Admiral Yi Sun-chen was born in 1545 to an aristocratic Korean family. As a boy, he was interested in the military arts and later began studying things like archery, horseback riding, and swordsmanship. This was unusual at the time because many elite Koreans like his family looked down on military career.
Why was that?
Most noblemen would take up careers in writing and avoided military service, but Admiral Yi was determined to be a soldier. To join the military, men had to pass military examinations. Yi practiced and studied hard for his test, but it didn't go very well. During his exam, he fell off his horse and broke his leg. Instead of giving up, Yi found a branch from a tree, tied the branch to his leg, and got back on his horse so he could finish the exam.
He kept going with a broken leg? That's determination.
After he passed his exams, he began his career as a soldier and then got a commander position. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for Admiral Yi. You see, the Korean military was very corrupt at the time. Many leaders acted selfishly and did what they thought was best for themselves rather than the soldiers. Unlike the others, Admiral Yi acted honestly and stuck to his principles. But some of his fellow commanders didn't like this and got Admiral Yi stripped of his command.
Really? But he didn't do anything wrong. That's terrible.
Well, throughout the Admiral's career, people became jealous of his achievements and tried to ruin his reputation. But each time people knocked him down, Admiral Yi got back up. This is why many people still admire him today.
And let's not forget, he also helped Korea win battles against the Japanese.
And that was no small task. You see, in the 16th century, Korea was not used to fighting. It had been at relative peace for many years. Japan, however, had just come out of a long period of civil wars. For years, different Japanese warlords had been fighting each other for control. But by the end of the century, Japan was finally united and also had a lot of battle experience. Maybe you've heard of some skilled Japanese warriors called samurai?
I have! I read about them in a history magazine. They were expert swordsmen and very good fighters.
That's right. Well, Admiral Yi studied the samurai. Although they were very skilled, he soon uncovered a weakness. The Japanese army was very good at fighting on land, but not good on water. The Admiral knew what he had to do and quickly began preparing Korea's ships.
Leo, there's someone on the beach. He's running up to the ship. But I don't think he's a soldier. He looks like a shepherd.
The shepherd said that there are enemy ships out there. I think he just told Admiral Yi that the Japanese are getting ready to attack.
Hi friends, are you enjoying today's episode? I'd like to take a quick break from the story to tell you about another great place to learn about the past. Honest History creates magazines and books for kids that are filled with fun stories and activities that bring history to life. From pirates to spies to great inventions and so much more, you'll learn about interesting people, places, and events from around the world that made history. Created for kids ages 6 through 12, you can sign up and receive new adventures delivered straight to your doorstep every quarter. Just visit honesthistory.co. That's honesthistory.co to sign up today. Oh, and here's a special offer for our podcast listeners. Use code UNLOCKTHIS for 10% off. Again, that special code is UNLOCKTHIS. Okay, let's get back to the story.
Feels like we've been sailing for a while. Do you know what Admiral Yi's plan is, Leo?
I'm not sure, but I think I see ships in the distance. Wait, it looks like there are some Japanese ships chasing the Korean ships. Do you see?
I do. So the Japanese are headed this way?
Yes, but I think that's what the Admiral wants. I heard him giving orders earlier. He sent some ships to lure the Japanese Navy here.
Admiral Yi just gave the command Crane Wing. What's Crane Wing?
Oh yes, the crane wing. That's one of Admiral Yi's special tactics. He would position his ships in the shape of a U, like the shape of a crane's wing, and surround the Japanese ships.
Leo, look! The turtle ships! They're ramming into these Japanese ships.
Whoa, they've smashed the boats to pieces. I can't believe it.
I'm glad I'm on this ship with Admiral Yi and not those ones.
Hey, look, the other Japanese ships. They're sailing away.
They're fleeing!
But I think Admiral Yi isn't done. Look, we're chasing after those Japanese ships, and it looks like there's an island in the distance.
Percy says the island is called Hansan.
Of course, Anna, I know what battle this is. It's the Battle of Hansan Island, which means that we traveled back to 1592. That's the year that the battle took place.
Okay, but do you know how the battle ends?
Yes, it would be a victory for Korea and a great loss for Japan. Admiral Yi and his navy would destroy nearly 16 Japanese ships during the Battle of Hansan Island.
And they did it with the help of those turtle ships? Those boats really did a lot of damage. Did you see how they rammed into the enemy ships?
I know, they are pretty terrifying. Do you see the cannons shot out of the dragon's mouths? The Japanese had never seen anything like it.
Leo, back at the museum, you said in order to understand turtle ships, we have to learn about Admiral Yi. So, did Admiral Yi invent turtle ships?
No, but historians think he was the first to use them in war. Admiral Yi added many things to the ships, like the iron spikes, so they'd be ready to battle the Japanese. Many historians believe Admiral Yi is the main reason why Koreans were able to win so many battles. They credited his military tactics and his determination, and he fought until the very end. In 1598, right before the end of the war, Admiral Yi was hit by a stray bullet. Because they were in the middle of a battle, he asked his men not to tell the others of his injury. He died later that day. But a few years after his death, a shrine was built in his honor. It was the first of many shrines and statues built to remember the legendary admiral. Today, many Koreans view Admiral Yi as a national hero.
But Leo, there's something I don't understand. How do we know so much about Admiral Yi? He lived so long ago.
That's a good point. I suppose we have to thank the Admiral himself. You see, during the war, Admiral Yi wrote almost every day. He filled 7 journals with all his notes and thoughts. And we still have those journals today.
7 journals, you say? Leo, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Ah, the journals in the vault.
Maybe those were Admiral Yi's war journals.
Ooh, we're back in the vault.
And back with Admiral Yi's journals, all 7 of them. And now I know so much more about the man who wrote these.
See, this adventure wasn't so bad. I told you Percy would keep us safe.
Percy said he can't take credit for that. He's just glad we didn't get on one of those turtle ships.
I'm glad we weren't on one of those ships hit by a turtle ship.
I don't even want to think about that. Those turtle ships were pretty cool, but I'm happy to be back on solid ground.
Well, thanks for coming with me, Anna. How about you get to pick the next adventure?
It's a deal.
Welcome back. That sure was a great adventure. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna tell all my friends about this amazing story. That's all for now. But if you want to learn more, be sure to check out my favorite magazine for kids, Honest History. There's a ton of stuff to learn in each issue, and I love the fun activities and questions. Bye! This episode was narrated by Nikki and JoAnn Schinderle and written by Heidi Coburn. The production was read by Robot Pirate Media. To learn more about Honest History, visit us at honesthistory.co and follow for updates on social media.